The blizzard doesn't just rage outside, it feels alive, like something watching. It slams against the cabin, rattling the windows as if trying to force its way in, while snow crashes violently against the glass. Inside, Anna quietly feeds another log into the fire, the flames flickering hungrily. The forecast had promised calm skies, just another lie in a year full of them. She wraps both hands around a steaming mug, drawing comfort from the warmth and the solid wooden walls her grandfather built decades ago in this remote stretch of mountains. Out here, the world feels distant, almost safe. Then a sound cuts through the storm. Sharp. Intentional. Not wind. Not wood settling. Anna freezes, tilting her head slightly as she listens. The mountains are known for playing tricks on people, especially when you've been alone too long. Wind can sound like whispers, branches scrape like fingernails, and silence slowly fills your mind with ghosts. After weeks of isolation, imagination stops asking permission. Still, she doesn't regret leaving everything behind, her fiancé, her career. Some called it a breakdown. Anna calls it survival. Scratch. 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 She takes another slow sip of tea, forcing herself to ignore it, convincing herself it's nothing more than her mind playing games. Then comes a howl, low and haunting. Or maybe just the wind twisting through the edges of the cabin. Anna carefully places the mug down, the surface rippling slightly. She holds her breath and listens. 30 seconds pass. Nothing. Just the storm screaming outside. She exhales slowly, tension easing. Exactly what she thought. Nothing real. Except, she's wrong. Scratch. This time louder. Closer. And then a sound that definitely doesn't belong to the wind, a broken, desperate whine. Anna's heart slams against her ribs as she slowly stands. Her eyes lock onto the rifle above the fireplace, her grandfather's last gift. She grabs it, instinctively checking the safety before moving toward the window. It's probably just a branch, she whispers to herself. A raccoon, maybe a fox looking for shelter, but deep down, she knows. Foxes don't sound like that. And when she finally forces herself to look outside, her breath disappears. 2 wolves stand at her door, not pacing, not hunting, waiting. Their fur is caked with snow and ice. The smaller one lies collapsed, its blood staining the white ground beneath it in dark streaks. The larger wolf, a massive silver-grey figure, scratches desperately at her door. Its amber eyes lock onto hers. Anna stumbles back instantly. Every survival rule she's ever learned floods her mind. Wild predators are not pets. Do not approach. Do not engage. Never let your guard down. The silver wolf lets out a low, broken whine, not aggressive, not threatening, something else. It turns toward the injured wolf, nudging it gently, almost carefully. They'll leave, Anna whispers, gripping the rifle tighter. They always do. Wolves survive on their own. But the smaller wolf isn't moving anymore. Its breathing is shallow, each breath weaker than the last. Outside, the temperature has dropped far below freezing. A night like this doesn't forgive injuries. The silver wolf looks back at Anna, and something in its eyes stops her completely. There's no rage, no instinct to attack, only something that shouldn't exist in a wild animal. Understanding. Desperation. It lifts its head and releases a howl, but this one is different. Not a warning. Not a call. A plea. This is insane, Anna whispers, lowering the rifle slightly. They're predators. The smaller wolf suddenly jerks, its body trembling once before going still again, frost forming around its muzzle. Anna's pulse roars in her ears as she takes a step forward, then another. Every instinct screams at her to stop, to stay inside, to survive. But her hand reaches the cold metal latch anyway. The freezing surface bites into her skin. She hesitates, her fingers trembling. On the other side of the door, she can hear the wolf breathing. Close, too close. No one helped me, she whispers. No one opened their door. She inhales deeply, the scent of pine and smoke filling her lungs, her breath escaping in a visible cloud. Click. The latch unlocks. The sound echoes unnaturally loud in the silence. She slowly pulls the door open. The storm hits her instantly, violent, freezing, unforgiving. The cold steals her breath, stabbing her skin like needles. The silver wolf goes completely still, watching, waiting, not attacking. Choosing. For one suspended moment, human and predator stare at each other. Two worlds colliding at the edge of survival. Then Anna steps aside, opening the door wider. Logic no longer matters. She's already made her choice. The smaller wolf lets out a soft whimper as Anna touches the cold metal, but it doesn't snap or show aggression. "I'll be as gentle as I can," she whispers, steadying her hands as she positions the wire cutters. "This will hurt, but then it'll be over." She cuts through the spring first, releasing the crushing pressure. The wolf cries out once, a sharp, painful sound that nearly makes Anna pull away, but the silver wolf releases a low, steady rumble, something strangely calming that settles both her and the injured animal. Slowly, carefully, she removes each piece of the trap until only the wound remains, deep, raw, and horrifying, but finally free. She cleans it as best she can, applies ointment, and wraps it tightly with clean bandages, while the silver wolf watches every movement without blinking. "That's all I can do," Anna says quietly, leaning back. She needs rest and a real vet. She feeds the fire again, building a wall of warmth between herself and the wolves as the storm outside grows even more violent, shaking the cabin like it wants in. "Just until the storm passes," she murmurs, settling into the armchair. "Then you go back where you belong." But exhaustion creeps in despite her effort to stay awake. Her eyelids grow heavy, and the last thing she sees before sleep takes her is the silver wolf curled protectively around the injured one, both pairs of eyes glowing faintly in the firelight. Her dreams drag her back, to hands grabbing, voices whispering, people watching and doing nothing. She wakes suddenly before dawn, heart racing, the fire dying and cold seeping into the room. For a second, she thinks it was all a dream, the wolves, the storm, everything. Then she sees them. Still there. Watching. But what steals her breath is the smaller wolf. It's standing. Strong. Balanced. No limp. No pain. The bandages lie discarded, and where there should be torn flesh, there is nothing, no wound, no scar. "That's not possible," Anna whispers. The wolf walks toward her cautiously, stopping just short, while the silver one rises beside it and lowers its head slightly. Something shifts in Anna's chest. These are not normal wolves. The storm traps them together for 3 days. By the second morning, Anna stops flinching at every movement they make. She starts talking without realizing it, about her photography, the storm, even fragments of her past. "I used to be confident," she tells the silver wolf while sorting through her lenses. Then one day, everything changed. Her voice falters as the memory creeps in, tight and suffocating. And suddenly the world didn't feel safe anymore. She lets out a soft, awkward laugh. "I don't know why I'm telling you this, it's not like you understand." But something in his steady gaze makes her hesitate. Like maybe, he does. The smaller wolf, Frost, as she's begun calling her, spends most of her time sleeping in patches of sunlight near the window, her leg completely normal now, as if the injury never existed. By the third day, a strange routine forms. Anna cooks and shares her food. Silver listens when she reads aloud, his attention almost human. Sometimes when she looks up, their eyes meet, and it's enough to make her breath catch. "I should be terrified," she admits one night. "But this is the least alone I've felt in months." Silver moves closer, settling beside her chair. Slowly, she reaches out. He doesn't move. When her fingers finally touch his fur, it's softer than she imagined. "Yeah, I've definitely lost it," she whispers, but she doesn't pull away. They sleep like that, Anna on the couch, Silver beside her, Frost curled at her feet. For the first time in months, she sleeps deeply. On the fourth morning, the storm is gone. The world outside glitters like glass under sunlight. Anna steps out onto the porch, breathing in air so cold it burns. The wolves follow, alert and alive again. Frost bounds into the snow, playful, free. Silver stays still, watching Anna. And suddenly, something tightens painfully in her chest. "It's time," she says softly. "You need to go back." Frost moves toward the trees, stopping to look back. Silver hesitates. Their eyes meet one last time. Then, finally, He turns and disappears into the forest. And just like that, they're gone. Days pass, and the silence becomes unbearable. Anna keeps expecting to hear claws on wood, to turn and see them there. Pathetic, she mutters, adjusting her camera. But nothing feels right anymore. The mountains look empty. The beauty feels hollow. She tells herself they won't come back. Then one evening, movement at the forest edge. Her breath catches. Silver, standing still, watching her. "You came back," she whispers. Days later, her mother's voice breaks the quiet through the phone, pulling her back into a world she's been avoiding. Questions. Concern. Pressure. 7 months since the incident. The memory hits hard, the train, the hands, the silence of everyone watching. "I'm not coming back," Anna says firmly. Her father tries to reason with her, but she doesn't budge. "Nobody helped," she says, voice shaking. "Not one person." The line goes quiet. Then she sees him again. Silver steps out of the trees, walking toward her like he belongs there. And for the first time, she smiles. Maybe I'm not alone after all. A pattern begins. Every few days, he returns. Same time. Same place. By the second week, Anna starts waiting for him. Planning around him. This is ridiculous, she tells herself. But the moment he appears, her heart proves her wrong. One afternoon, she lifts her camera. Through the lens, he looks unreal, like something between myth and reality. "You're beautiful," she whispers. Silver tilts his head. Watching. Understanding. Or at least, it feels that way. And for the first time in a long time, Anna doesn't look away. Mornings settle into a rhythm. Anna focuses on her photography. Afternoons often bring Silver, and evenings are spent editing or reading by the fire. Slowly, the fear begins to fade. She stops reacting to every sound, stops keeping the rifle within reach at night. For the first time since that train, the constant tension inside her chest begins to loosen. On his 10th visit, Silver does something unexpected. He leaves a pine cone on her doorstep. Perfect. Intentional. "Did you bring this for me?" she asks softly, kneeling. Silver watches her closely. "Thank you," she whispers, keeping it like something precious. That night, she places it beside her bed, touching it now and then just to remind herself that this connection is real. The next day, a blizzard rolls in again, swallowing the forest in white silence. She doesn't expect him, but he still comes. Forcing his way through deep snow, frost clinging to his fur. "You came, in this." She smiles, something warm spreading inside her. When he reaches the porch, she invites him closer. And for the first time, he does. Up close, she sees every detail, the frost in his coat, the calm rhythm of his breath. Slowly, carefully, she reaches out. He doesn't move. When her fingers finally touch him, neither of them pulls away. Silver leans into her hand. They sit there together, almost an hour, watching the snowfall in silence. "I thought I'd never trust again," she admits quietly. "But then, you showed up." Winter deepens. December fades into January, bringing harsher cold. Anna prepares, more wood, more food, but emotionally, something has already changed. Silver becomes her anchor. She talks to him about everything, things she's never told anyone else. "Maybe this is crazy," she whispers one evening, "but at least the fear is gone." And for the first time in months, she sleeps peacefully. One morning, everything changes. A moose appears through the mist, massive, still, perfect. Anna raises her camera slowly, capturing the moment. It's exactly the shot she's been waiting for. But then it vanishes. Too suddenly. Something else is here. A sound behind her. She turns, and freezes. A bear. Massive. Standing. Watching. Her heart pounds violently. Training echoes in her mind. Don't run, stay calm, but then she sees the cub. She's between them. The bear steps closer. Then charges. Anna runs. Branches tear at her face, her boots slipping on ice. The ground disappears beneath her, and she falls hard. Pain explodes through her ankle. She tries to crawl, but it's too late. The bear is already there. Towering. breathing. Ready. Help, she screams, the same desperate cry from months ago. And just like then, no one answers. The bear raises its paw. And then, a snarl cuts through the air. Silver. He slams into the space between them. Fierce, unstoppable. Anna screams for him to run, but he doesn't. He fights. Fast. Precise. Brave beyond reason. For a moment, hope flickers. Then the bear strikes. Silver is thrown across the clearing, his body crashing violently into a tree. No! Anna screams, dragging herself toward him, ignoring the pain. Blood stains the snow beneath him. The bear turns back toward her, but she doesn't move. She throws herself over Silver instead. I'm not leaving you, she whispers. Then the forest answers. Wolves emerge. One by one. Frost, and others. A full pack. They surround them. Protecting. Moving together with terrifying precision. The bear hesitates. The pack attacks. Fast. Coordinated. Relentless. And finally, the bear retreats, disappearing into the forest with its cub. Silence falls. Silver is barely breathing. Anna holds him, panic rising. The wolves close in, not threatening, but guarding. Then they begin to howl. Not wild, something deeper. Rhythmic. Intentional. The sound vibrates through her body. Through the ground. Through him. And then, light. Silver's body begins to glow. Anna stares in shock as the light spreads, intensifies, becoming something impossible. The wolves' howls rise, merging with the night. The light pulses like a heartbeat, then explodes. Darkness. When Anna wakes, everything smells sterile. Bright lights burn her eyes. A hospital. Her parents hover beside her, worried. She's been there for 2 days. Concussion. Hypothermia. Sprained ankle. The memory comes back in fragments. The bear, the wolves, Silver. Did anyone see wolves? She asks urgently. Her parents exchange uneasy looks. You need rest, they say gently. But she knows what she saw. Then someone appears in the doorway. A man. Tall. Calm. Quietly powerful. His eyes, amber. Familiar. Anna, this is Peter, her mother says. He's the one who found you. But something doesn't feel right. Anna studies him carefully. Her pulse quickens. When you found me, were there wolves? She asks. He pauses. Something flickers in his expression. There was an injured one, he says slowly. But he survived. Relief floods through her. He's alive, she whispers. He's fine, he says with certainty. Then he places a hand on her shoulder. Just breathe and be. Anna freezes. That phrase. Her phrase. Her eyes lock onto his. And suddenly, nothing feels like coincidence anymore. It's just something my grandmother used to say, he replies calmly, but his gaze stays locked on her with an intensity that should feel uncomfortable, yet somehow doesn't. He tilts his head slightly, and the movement hits Anna like a shockwave. It's too familiar. Too exact. Her breath catches. Do I know you? She whispers. Before he can respond, the door suddenly opens and her parents walk in, carrying food and water, their voices filling the room too quickly, too loudly. Anna barely hears them. Her attention stays on him, on Peter, who has already stepped back, his expression carefully controlled. But there's something in his eyes. Something heavy. Like he's already leaving. Thank you, he says quietly, extending his hand. Anna takes it without hesitation. His skin is warm, too warm, and his grip is steady, grounding. For a brief moment, something passes between them. Then he lets go. I should go. He turns before she can stop him. Wait, she calls, but he's already gone. The door closes, and with it, something inside her feels like it disappears too. Something important. Something she can't even name. Days later, back at the cabin, Anna stands on the porch beneath a full moon, its silver light stretching across the snow like something unreal. Where are you? She whispers into the silence. 2 days. 2 long days of waiting, pretending to focus on her camera while her eyes constantly search the tree line. Her mother sleeps inside, exhausted from worry, but Anna can't rest. Not until she knows. Her voice cracks as tears spill down her face, freezing almost instantly in the cold. Silver, please. The words barely carry into the night. Then, a movement. A shadow separates from the darkness. Her breath catches. Silver. He steps into the clearing, moving slowly, deliberately, just like always. Those same amber eyes lock onto hers. You came back, she whispers, her voice trembling as she stands despite the pain in her ankle. But this time feels different. There's something in the way he watches her. Something deeper. Knowing. Human. Anna studies him carefully, her heart pounding. You're not just a wolf, are you? She asks softly. He tilts his head. The same gesture. The same impossible familiarity. And suddenly, she knows. Come inside, she says. He hesitates. Then follows. Inside, the cabin is quiet. Her mother still asleep. Anna leads him into her room, closing the door softly behind them. The air feels heavier now, charged with something unspoken. You've been watching over me, she says, her voice barely steady. Coming back, again and again. Silver doesn't look away. Why? She whispers. For a moment, nothing happens. Then the air shifts. Shimmers. The light bends strangely around him, like heat rising from asphalt. Anna doesn't move. She doesn't run. She just watches. And then, he's gone. In his place, a man. Anna stumbles back, her breath caught somewhere between disbelief and realization. Peter, she whispers. The same man from the hospital. The same eyes. Those amber eyes. Silver's eyes. You were him, she says, her voice shaking. All this time. He nods slowly. I am. Her mind races, trying to connect everything. Why didn't you tell me? She demands. That first night. I almost didn't open the door. I couldn't, he says quietly. Not then. His voice carries something heavy. When you saved me, it was the first time I'd been human in 3 years. Anna freezes. 3 years. Everything shifts. As he speaks, the truth unfolds about the curse, the wish, the betrayal, the loss. About choosing to hide from humans forever, and the price that came with it. But what he lost wasn't strength. It wasn't power. It was certainty. His absolute belief that humans couldn't be trusted. And then you, he says, stepping closer. You changed that. Anna feels her heartbeat rising, her breath unsteady. Me, she whispers. Who else, he says softly, would open their door to wolves in a storm? He steps closer. And risk everything, for something dangerous. I trusted my instincts, she says quietly. And they saved us both. Silence settles between them, but it's no longer empty. It's full. Heavy with everything unspoken. What broke the curse? She asks finally. You did. The words land softly, but they change everything. When you chose to protect me, he continues, even knowing I could have been dangerous. I realized I was wrong. Not all humans are the same. His hand rises slowly, hesitating before gently touching her face. The warmth of his fingers sends a quiet shiver through her. You made me believe again. Anna closes her eyes for a second, leaning into his touch. And I think, he says, voice breaking slightly, I've been falling in love with you since that moment. Her eyes open. Then why did you leave? She whispers. Because you're human, he says. And loving you means risking everything. He pulls her closer, his forehead resting against hers. If I stayed, I wouldn't be able to walk away. The truth in his voice leaves no room for doubt. Anna doesn't answer with words. She closes the distance between them. The kiss starts softly, uncertain, fragile, but quickly deepens into something undeniable. Real. His arms tighten around her, grounding her completely, while her fingers grip onto him like she never wants to let go. For the first time since that night on the train, she feels safe. Not alone. Not broken. Whole. Outside, a wolf howls into the night. But now she understands. It's not a cry of loneliness. It's a call of belonging.